Street League was a charity that resonated right from the get-go when I heard about it. I mean, being a passionate football fan and someone who still plays a bit, the concept of bringing people who from disadvantaged backgrounds and helping them through the power of football was something, as I say, which really struck a chord. So for me, it was a fantastic charity, and the concept of having a tournament where we could bring all of our corporate relationships and contacts to bear to help raise money, which is one important step, but also to get the knowledge of the charity into the corporate world. So actually, not just financially, but people could bring their experience through interview practice, CV writing, which we all take for granted, and which a lot of these young people is just a skill set they don't have, and in order to get back into the workplace is a very important set of skills to pick up for them. So as a charity, it was one that resonated with a number of us at CVC. We play a lot of corporate football tournaments anyway, so to be able to organise our own was fantastic. It was something where a number of the people we work with were very keen to get involved, both financially and also going forward they're looking to help out within the academies themselves.
But basically this year's format was 6-a-side. We had 24 teams, 2 of which were fielded by CVC, which was great.
In terms of the teams who are involved, the firms who are involved, the banks, the consultants, the law firms, the accountancy firms, it's something that gets marked on their calendars pretty early, and I think, you know, this year especially, given the learnings of last year, they feel that it's something that they're very excited about going forward. So hopefully we can continue to support the charity through this event. So it was £75,000 profit was made this year, and that's kind of net of the cost of hiring the venue. A key element of the tournament and the concept which Jayne talked about earlier was the idea of having a Street League Academy graduate as part of each of the teams, and I think this was a massive part of the engagement afterwards that the event generated, because by having a Street League Academy graduate in each of the teams, the players, when they either weren't playing or when they were sitting on the bench, got a chance to talk to these young people about what Street League meant to them and what it had actually done. It was a real life, practical, first-hand account of how Street League has changed lives, and I think that level of engagement, you know, is a key success tool of the Challenge Victory Cup, and one which is, you know, as I've spoken to people who were involved in the event afterwards, for them really hit home, rather than just someone standing up at the front of the room at the beginning going, this is a great charity, now if you go and play football, which, you know, it would be the danger of these type of events. And these young people were very outgoing. They also tended to be the best players on each team, so they tended to be quite popular, but they were also very outgoing in terms of explaining what Street League meant to them, which I think was a very powerful message. It's a good networking event for a number of the companies we work with. You know, it raises and improves our profile with them. As I say, that for me though is secondary about why we do it. I think it's a chance for us to show our portfolio companies as well. There are a number of different initiatives we're doing. We're not just big nasty shareholders, but also there are, you know, ways we're looking to help them improve themselves, not just financially but also through their own CSR programs and helping them. The Merlin and Virgin Active being great examples of that. And, you know, from a personal perspective, it's a charity I've really enjoyed working with, both from an interest level, the people who I've met there, the experiences it's given me, both from alongside Jayne organising a pretty large tournament, raising, you know, a huge amount of money for an event which is pretty dear to our hearts in terms of, you know, having met the people, seen it in action. You know, Jayne and I went to visit one of the, not even one of the academies, just one of the days when everyone just turns up to play football, and
you played?
I did, yeah, not very well in my brogues and my pinstripe. But again, it's you know, these kind of charities. There are hundreds of charities out there, but I think one which strikes a chord with someone personally in terms of my own interests. It's been an incredibly rewarding experience, one I enjoy and look forward to being very involved with going forward.